In this video, we will talk about average value of a function. So let's get down to business. So this equation is all you need to know for calculating the average value of a function. It's basically the integral of the function that you need to find, except that outside the integral, you have to multiply it by 1 over b minus a. So let's take a look at some examples. Now look at this example. So here we have a function and we have a set of values. The first set of value would be a, and the second would be b. So now let's put in our equation of 1 over b minus a to the integral a to b fx dx. So we can immediately substitute these values in for the variables. In the function that you have or they given to you. And from this point on, this will be basically straight integrals, nothing new, nothing special, very simple stuff. So 3x to the power of 3 plus 8x squared over 2. The 3's cancel out. The 3 cancels out, so it will be x to the power of 3 plus 4x squared, since 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now we should plug in our values. So plug in 2 for x, and plug in -1 for x. 2 to the power of 3 is 8. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. And 4 times 4, it would be 16. -1 to the power of 3 is -1. -1 to the power of 2 is +1. 4 times +1 would be 4. And let's distribute these negatives to these values. So -1 times -1 would be +1. I mean, negative times negative equals positive, so it would be +1. Negative times positive would be -4. 16 plus 8 would be 24. 25 minus 4 would be 21. We're still not finished because we had to multiply by the average value that we have. So our average value is 1 over 2 minus -1. And this becomes positive, so it will be 1 over 3. 21 times 1 over 3 is 7. And this is our final answer. This is the average value of the function. So let's take a look at this question. So now we have a trigonometric function here. And basically we're doing the same thing. And yeah. So let's put in our a and b values. So pi over 2 minus negative pi over 2. From the integral of negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. Put in our function. To integrate the trigonometric function. So integral of cosine is going to be sine, because from our value or table of trigonometric identities, it's going to be shown there, but not in this video, but in another video I'll explain it later. But for now, all you need to know is cosine. The integral of cosine is sine. So this be sine 3 sine x. And you can leave the 3 there because we don't have to do anything with it. From negative pi to over or pi over 2. Now plug in our values. Sine of pi over 2. Let's take a look at our unit circle. Well, I just like to use this method because it's much easier. So here we have all our values. From pi over 2, we know that, or from the unit circle, we know that the x and y values would be 0 and 1. And this would be cosine, sine. And as you can see here, the sine is 1. So it will be sine 1. So the sine pi over 2 would be equal to 1. So it will be 3 times 1. And for the negative pi over 2, we can think of it as this. We can start from 0 here. We go all the way here. This would be negative pi over 2. This would be negative pi. This would be negative 3 pi over 2, since we're going in the opposite direction. So the value of negative pi over 2 is going to be 0 to negative 1. And as you can see here, the value of sine negative pi over 2 is negative 1. So it'll be 3, negative 1. So this would be 3 minus negative 3. It becomes positive. It becomes 6. But we're not done because we still have to plug in our average value. So what we got is pi over 2 minus pi over 2, negative pi over 2. This would be plus. This would be 1 over 2 pi over 2. 2 pi over 2 will cancel out, or the 2's will cancel out with 1 over pi. And multiply this times 6, it will be, final answer would be 6 over pi. And that is the average value of the function.